What's up, guys? This is Seville with another WWE action figure review. Today, I'm going to be talking about the former Raw Women's Champion, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. She is one of the first figures in Mattel's new Ultimate Edition class that is meant to be a step up from the Elite series. So if you can give me just a few more seconds, I'll have this figure out of her package. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. In case you're wondering where you could get one of these Ultimate Edition figures, just real quick before we get into the actual review, I ordered Ronda from WrestlingFigures.com, otherwise known as Ringside Collectibles. This figure does also show up on Amazon, but as of this recording, it's only as a pre-order. The current release date shows as August 15th, and if that's the path you'd like to choose, I will have a direct link to the Amazon page in the description below. And just in case it might help in any other forms of your search, here's the barcode on the bottom of the box. And with all that said, let's get into the review. Ronda does include a lot of accessories and parts to swap out, which I will go over in detail, but for now, let's just take a look at the base figure. In my opinion, this figure does look absolutely fantastic, and definitely captures the essence of Ronda Rousey. This new Ultimate Edition class of figures does feature brand new sculpts, added points of articulation, and just overall higher detail. The sculpt and paint lines are all very crisp, no errors that I can see, no overflows, or anything of that nature. Everything, front to back, is put together very, very well. Even though the Ultimate Edition packages do not feature the True Effects logos, that technology is still being used here for these head sculpts. Ronda's angered expression is captured nearly perfectly on this first one, with all the right colors and details in all the right places. This second head sculpt, featuring a smiling expression, is no exception. Both of these feature the same braided hair pattern, which is sculpted in very nicely as well. This expression, though, is really more suited for her entrance gear, which we'll take a look at here in just a second. Before I swap it out, I do just want to give a quick layout of all the parts available with this figure. 3 separate heads, the bare arms you've already seen, the jacketed arms, the closed fist hands, the open grip hands, the jacket overlay itself, as well as the kilt. So when you get her entrance gear on, you practically have a whole separate figure. There's a whole new face sculpt, the smile is more relaxed, the hair is more relaxed, the jacketed arms are sculpted very well, they're just as posable as the other arms, and everything about it still just flows together great. In fact, I think her entrance gear form warrants another rotation on the spinner. I'll leave her on here for a few more seconds, that way you can see her all the way around. I'm definitely impressed by how smoothly everything goes together. Now I'm going back to her base form so that I can go through her articulation. Her head does spin all the way around, but doesn't really offer much in the way of up and down movement. Her shoulders do spin all the way around as well as move outward. Her biceps also have full rotation, and the new double jointed elbows fold almost completely in half. Her wrist pegs also have full rotation and offer a great amount of back and forth movement. I do want to quickly re-emphasize that the jacketed arms do have all the same points of articulation. Her upper torso is on a ball joint, so it does have a little bit of rotation as well as back and forth and side to side movement, but it's not a very large range in any direction. However, her waist does still have full rotation. Moving down to her legs, her hips do spread out pretty far. Her hips are on ball joints, so they can rotate just a little bit in that area, but her thigh cut right where the tights stop does have full rotation. Much like the new elbows, the double jointed knees also fold really well. Also, there is full rotation at the top of her boots. The ankles have a great range of motion moving up and down, so that, combined with the toe joint, she can pretty much touch her own shins with her boot. Speaking of the toe joints, it pretty much folds all the way in both directions. By the way, all the poses I've put her in during this segment have been fairly easy to keep her standing in. She's really only fallen over like twice while I was doing this. Ronda is a very well balanced figure, and probably one of the best balanced figures in this price range I've seen in a while. It's really only taken me a few seconds between each cut to apply each pose. And finally, just so you can see how she stacks up against other women's superstars of WWE, here on the left I have Alexa Bliss, and on the right is Ruby Riott. Then next up we have Ronda's friend Natalya on the left, and Bayley on the right. As of this recording, Bayley is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and of course, the Raw Women's Champion is Becky here on the left. And finally, the tallest of the group is Charlotte Flair here on the right. Personally, I wouldn't mind one day seeing a rematch of their WrestleMania 35 main event. But with all that said, it's time to run this WWE Ultimate Edition Ronda Rousey figure through my guidelines for a complete and fair review. This is a brand new sculpt that is highly detailed and incredibly accurate. Along with that, it is the most articulated WWE figure I've ever reviewed, therefore it is well above my 20-point rule. It is in scale with the other Mattel WWE figures and has plenty of accessories. I've already emphasized just how great the sense of balance of this figure is, and I do believe it's well worth the roughly $30 price range. I didn't experience any quality control issues with this figure, so really, its only negative is the current availability, leading this Ronda Rousey figure to a 9 out of 10 star rating, meaning it is outstanding and one of the best figures of the year. So if you're a fan of Ronda Rousey, whether it's through WWE or UFC, this figure should absolutely be in your collection. And if these Ultimate Edition figures do become more widely available, that will definitely bump Ronda's score up to a 10-star rating in my book. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video,
get over here!
And subscribe to Civilian Collectibles.